Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker. Ha ha ha. What's up, y'all? What's up? Look here, in prison, you don't judge a book by its cover. My partner, he did exactly that and it cost him. It cost him his name, his reputation. Don't get it twisted now. We still mess with him. That's still my dude. You know what I'm saying? But he played himself on this one, y'all. And it cost him. And I rag him about it to this day. And I'm telling you, he's still shell-shocked from this. I ran into this brother the other day, right? And he was telling me this story. And when I remembered it, I was like, I got you. You know, so every time I see him now, you're going to know what I'm talking about in a minute, right? I'm going to let you know what I'm talking about in the episode, right? But this episode is called I Got Knocked Out by a Midget. Check this out, y'all. My partner, he's about 6'2", 6'3", you know what I'm saying? Athlete, plays basketball, pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Real physical type dude, right? But we were, back in the day, we were in the cell. We was in a 4-man cell at another facility, and this cell was kind of big. You know, it had, 2 bunk beds in the room, and they were on each end of the room, and then you had the toilet and the sink that was in the middle of the room, right? You know, and it was pretty big because you got 4 people living in there. We all got along pretty good, right? Well, the one of the dudes that lived in the room with us, he was a kind of short dude, right? I don't know what height you have to be legally considered to be a midget or whatever, right? But he told us he was a midget. Now, I don't know if he was telling the truth or not, but the brother was short. But he wasn't a sucker, you know what I'm saying? He didn't back down from it. He worked out all the time. He was kind of built too, you know. But I used to tell him, you ain't no midget, man, because no disrespect, to anybody, right? But his arms were not like short, right? And I had been used to seeing that, you know what I'm saying, when you see somebody on TV that's midget. But his wasn't like it. But anyway, long story short on that, he always would go back and forth with me about that, because he was short, people always picked on him. And I told him, I said, I understand that, right? Because, when I was before I got to high school, I was real short. And then my first year in high school, I was like 4'8", 4'9" tall. Period, point blank. No joke, y'all. I was a little bitty dude, right? So I understand what he meant, and I understand what it feels like for people to tease you and all this and that, right? I had some girls that beat me up. You know what I'm saying? When we was in elementary school, this one girl beat me up. I think I told y'all about that. She beat me up because she wanted me to be her boyfriend. Put me in the headlock, hit me and everything, Yeah, sent me home one day, I had a couple of black eyes, you know what I'm saying? But I never ended up going with it. I had to kiss her, though, one time to get her to stop beating on me, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do sometimes, y'all. You feel me? You know what I mean? Hey, don't judge me. Don't judge me. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't keep going home with my eyes black, so I went on and kissed her a little bit, gave her a little on the jaw like that. She wanted it on the lip. So I kissed her on the lip, gave her what she wants, she stopped beating me up. It is what it is. I don't know what you're going to say about that. But anyway, let me get back to my part. So we all in the cell one night, and here we go. My partner, like I said, he's kind of tall. He's a couple of inches taller than me, and I'm 6'1.5", right? You know somebody that was short like me. When you say 6'1.5", I want all of mine. You know what I mean? So he, like I said, he's a couple of inches taller than me. So he wants to pick on little dude in the cell one night, and he's just talking crazy to him and all this and that, right? So I'm leaning back on the bunk. I ain't paying no attention to it, right? I got my headphones in, but I see my partner gets up off of his bunk, because I'm on the bottom bunk. He was on the top bunk on the side with me, and then the other two were on the other side. The little short dude, you know what I'm saying, he was on the top bunk on the other side. So my partner walks over to the other side of the room, just talking crazy. He's laughing though, right? When I take my headphones off, I'm listening to him talk. Now, I'm not laughing, but the other dude on the other side, he's laughing, and my partner's laughing. But I'm not laughing, and little dude's not laughing. I'm just watching this to see how this play out, right? Because I'm not finna let him do nothing to little dude. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he goes over and he's talking all this mess, and I don't know what possessed him to do this. To this day, he still don't know what possessed him to do it. He faked a jab. Wham! And out of reflexes, listen to what I'm trying to tell you, y'all. Out of reflexes, Little dude swung back. I'm talking about hit him square on the chin. It was like a cartoon. When he hit him on his chin went straight to his chest. Head went straight down. And he fell backwards like a ton of bricks. The man was asleep. I ain't lying now. When he hit the ground, he was out for a couple of seconds. And then I seen him roll over. I done jumped up out the bunk now. Because I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be on. So I run out. I didn't run out the cell. I run to the door, and I look out the window, to see if anybody was on their way over. Nobody was coming, but the police make his round. So I look, ain't nobody coming. By the time I turn back around, he getting up, but he groggy. He groggy. The little dude is setting up. He ain't even jumped off the bunk. He act like he ain't scared at all. He's sitting there. Keep in mind, he's sitting on the top bunk. His legs are swinging. He's totally vulnerable. If dude get up and grab him, he can't do nothing. He ain't thinking about that. He's sitting on the edge of that bed, legs swinging, just looking at him like he's ready for war. I said, hold up, man. Everything's straight. Hold up, everything's straight. I'm trying to talk to my partner that's getting up off the ground. He like, man, now check this out. This big old tough dude. What happened? Just like in the movie Friday, I said, you got knocked the blank out, man. That's what happened to you, silly. I said, what's wrong with you, man? He said, man, what'd I do? I said, man, you swung at dude, man. He gonna say, I ain't swinging to him. I don't remember that. He stole on me. Come on, man. I'm looking right at it. I'm talking about when he swung, playing. He must have been playing in his mind. Probably wasn't gonna really hit dude. But look here. He didn't give dude his props. That's what he did. So when he swung, dude just out of reaction swung back. I'm talking about caught him square on the chin, put him down. So now after that, we all up. Now everybody wants to talk. I said, man, you need to apologize to him, man. He said, I'm not apologizing to him. I said, he knocked me out. And now he gonna try to bull us talking about, y'all don't need to be telling nobody about this. See, what happened in the cell stays in the cell and all this old kind of stuff, right? I said, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Soon as these doors break, man, I'm telling everybody you done got knocked out in here. I'm letting everybody know. That's what you get trying to be a bully around here, right? So, man, Joe T, don't do that, man. Don't do that. I said, man, you might well go on to sleep. Because when we get up in the morning, I'm going down here and let them know you got knocked out. So now me and little dude, we laughing. The other dude in the cell that's on the bottom bunk, for whatever reason, he don't see nothing funny in it, right? Because, truth be told, every now and then, he'd be picking on little dude too, right? But now he's spooked. He's like, man, he seen that tornado come up out that arm when he hit dude, right? Because I'm talking about, listen to him. He swung at dude so fast, man, it's almost like it was a blur. I'm talking about, wow. And I'm talking about he was down. He was down. So you know what it is. The next morning we come up out the cell. I'm hollering at brother them because, brother them come around to, with my security checks and telling me what happened last night and all the units. Getting my updates and reports, you know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I'm still the 9 and everything is going on. So I got to know what's going on, right? So they was like, well, let's all this going on. Anything going on up here? I'm like, yeah, man, bro got knocked out. Well, not he into folks, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying bro as far as, somebody that I kick it with, right? I said, yeah, bro got knocked out in the cell last night. He said, what? It's my COS. He said, what? I said, yeah, he got knocked out in here messing with Shawty. He said, no. So my COS, he go to the cell. He said, for real, man? For real, you done got knocked out in here. He said, man, it ain't like that. It ain't like that. He said, man, bro, so bro lying? Bro out here lying? So he, he trying to gas it up. So I stepped back in the cell, right? I said, I'm lying. You saying I'm lying? And now he don't know if we serious or not, right? He like, nah, you ain't lying. I said, man, own it then, man. I said, Shawty, tell him what happened. And then he goes, Shawty. Now he feeling himself now. He said, yeah, I had to go and put hands on him, man. One hit a quitter. Put him to sleep. While he playing with me, I told him quit playing with me. I'm sick of all that. Anybody around here can get it now. I said, hold up, baby. Hold up. You're getting beside yourself. He said, Joe T, don't play with me. You seen it. You seen it. Now, we both laughing and joshing at each other. It ain't serious like that, right? But, we just kicking it. So here's the thing. This is how I know it was really messing with my partner's head. Check this out. So, like about maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, it might have been a month. It might have been a month later, right? He's still feeling some type of way about this. And he really want to get his lick back. But he don't know how to go about it without looking like a real sucker. Because he can't pick no fight with the dude. Dude don't bother nobody. But he trying to find a way. He want to beat dude. You feel what I'm saying? And he know that ain't straight, but he trying to figure out a way. But here's how I know it's messing with him, that he really don't want it like it. We coming down the hall. We coming down the hallway one day in the school building. And I see Shorty down at the other end of the hall. You know what I mean? And then I see bruh, you know what I'm saying? He a little bit in front of me. I see bruh, he walking up. He don't know I'm behind him. So he pointing at bruh like that. You know what I'm saying? He pointing at Shorty like that, shaking his head. Now, I couldn't tell what he was saying, but here goes Shorty. Shorty looked back at it and pointed at it and then put his fist up in there and said, keep playing with me. And I seen him put his fist on his chin. About that time, bro just stopped in his track. It's almost like he was paralyzed. It was like something done happened to him mentally, right? Like it reminded him that this dude done knocked him out. So by now, I was maybe a few steps behind him. So when I catch up to him, I said, you all right? He was like, yeah, I'm straight. I said, man, what you got going on with Shorty right here? He said, man, nothing, man, just chilling, man. He ain't talking about nothing. I ain't messing with him about nothing. I said, well, what he put his fist on his chin for, man? Was he talking to you? He was like, no, he wasn't talking to me. So I catch up with Shorty. I said, man, what's going on? He said, man, dude trying to get at me, man. I let him know, man. He keep playing. I'm going to knock him out again, right? I said, oh, okay then. So that's what was going on. He was like, yeah, man. He said he been at me for the last 2 or 3 days, and I done told him, keep on playing with me. I'm going to knock him out again. He said, this time, I'm going to do it in front of people. I said, man, you think you can whoop him? He said, man, I know I can, man. He said, I'm short, but I know how to fight, man. I've been fighting all my life. I said, man, that's real right there, right? So I go back and I tell bro, you know, like I said, he ain't the folks, but, you know, I mess with him. We in the room. I said, man, you might want to leave him alone, man. Because I said, he ready for fighting. He built like it. He been fighting his whole life. And then bro, I'm like, I have too. I said, yeah, but here's the problem with that. He already know you got a glass jaw, man. He already know you got a glass jaw. You can't take no lick. I see that myself now, man. I said, dude hit you so fast and put you to sleep so fast. I said, now you go picking on him and you put hands on him. Guess what they gonna do to you? I said, you not affiliated. Don't nobody mess with you like that, but ain't nobody messing with you because you in the room with me right now. And I said, I'm finna get ready to move out and get back into my 2-man cell. You feel what I'm saying? I said, so you better sit your butt down and quit playing. I said, because if his little brother knock you out again, man, the whole everybody finna take everything you got, man. Not because he's a little dude, but because you went to mess with him and he done whooped you twice. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm telling y'all out there, don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what you're going to get when you open up that thing, man. So leave that Pandora's box closed. And a lot of things that go on up here in the penitentiary, people get to tripping and trying to act a certain way about certain things, right? You got to keep in mind that a lot of people go through a lot of things in different ways, and they resolve them in different ways. And this young brother here, this shorter brother, he learned how to fight just because he got tired of people picking on him. And that's what happens in here. People learn how to navigate this environment with the best thing they got. And you coming in here acting like you tough, coming in here like you run something, you never know what you gonna get. Ain't no guarantee that you leave when you come in here. Ain't no guarantee that you go home. Life in the penitentiary is unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen in here from 1 minute to the next. Trust me on that. Trust me. Life in here is unpredictable, y'all. And you might think that somebody that comes in here that's a small person that can't fight might be a loaded dynamite ready to go off on you. You might come in here somebody that's big that a titty bear. You never know. All I'm saying is that the main thing I want to always push when I tell these stories is that being in prison is unpredictable. And you can lose your life like that. So always keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.